Hello everyone and welcome back to Factorio. I am SeiferKatt, and today, all going well, we should be contemplating getting onto a new planet. That's the goal for today, I think. But before we go too far into that, I'm going to make a couple of changes just here because I think we can still improve this foundry just a bit. So we're just going, because my problem is at the moment, this foundry of stone is still just taking a little bit long. Like, we may have increased the productivity, but we have decreased just the amount of stone coming through it, which is not great. So, if we get this together, we should be able to start pulling it apart very soon. In fact, we should be able to start pulling this part apart any moment now. But in the meantime, while we do that, we'll come back for that. I just don't want to spend forever with my construction bots just lazing around trying to figure out what they need to be making. Okay, so what we need to do is we need to figure out how to get roboports into the main ship. Now that's a little bit more of a problem than I thought because roboports really aren't designed to go that way. The alternative solution, of course, is just to build more roboports somewhere else. And we have no fuel currently, so we're walking to go get some more fuel. So much easier when I'm on the space station, because the space station does just fuel me up constantly. But that's alright. Okay. So what I think we need to do is build a new section of roboports, and I think we need to get some light engines up, light electric engines up there as well, because they're not going up there at the moment. That is way too many artillery cannons. That was a bit of a mistake, but that's okay. We will live through that mistake. Roboports. Yes, yes. The good news is they need mostly everything that's here. Advanced circuits, steel, concrete. I mean, that line is almost perfect as is, isn't it? There we go. That's a decent part of it. And then we just need to get steel and little tiny cute engines in there, and we're good. Which, what do you know? They're friends. Aww. They're friends. I didn't expect that. Okay, cool. And then we just need to put them in there, and we should be able to build roboports. Probably more so if we'd done that properly. Oh, I see. I see where I got confused there. Okay, good. And that will make those. We may also need to find a way to speed up science in the space base. And we will be going to the space base today as well, so that's good too. We should be able to fix a few things there. Okay, so now the plan is how do we get roboports there, and probably light engines as light electric engines as well. Now that shouldn't be too difficult. We can just sort of peel it into the middle here. We should be good. So far, looking alright. And just put it in between the long inserters. Yes, there we go. Okay. And build a couple of wires. Now, I don't think anything's connected to these. Sorry, just going to cough wildly for no reason. Okay. Just make sure I haven't stuffed up my microphone settings. Nope, we're good. Okay. So, as we were saying, getting that all connected, that will get my roboports connected, and we just need to put a wire there so they don't try to grab infinite amounts of those. We don't really need infinite roboports up there, I don't think. Just don't think that's necessary. And They're going to connect? Not quite. Okay. It'll connect if we do it this way. It's a little bit wasteful, but you know, sometimes that's life for you. And we will also grab these small electric motors because I know they're needed up there, so we might as well grab them. Now the question is, where do you put them? Because when you've got like an absolute hellhole of a factory, the question is, where do you put things? And the answer is probably not like that. A cargo rocket is veered off course. That's a pain. Some of those things are probably needed. The good news is, I think the bots will actually be able to collect that stuff. Maybe. Yeah, so the bots will collect that and put it into a place. So for what it's worth, it's not the worst situation we could have been in. And the capsule's back in there. So all you gotta do, see... darn it. Do we have requested chests here? I feel like the answer is probably not. We'll give it a go. What we also don't have is... we don't have request chests or storage chests. Okay, well we'll worry about that in a moment. One thing at a time. Cool, so now if we go into space, we can set limits for these. I think we've already got limits for... no, that's a name. I think we've already got limits for roboports. Let's take that up to 30. I think 30 is a better number. And small electric engines, we can boost that up to probably like 800 as well. I guess we've already got some up there, so that's fine. Oh no. Then why is it not going? Oh, because we didn't actually set it to be able to read itself. It does make sense. Great, and that'll feed into the belts just fine. Okay, so that's all good. Ice is pretty good. We've got that set to manual right now. That's good as well. Okay, so can we fix Boros? I feel like the answer to that is no. Unless we happen to have things that are perfectly aligned, which would be an interesting moment. Because we'd need to have steel chests. And we'd need circuits. No, we're going to have to go to Boros at some point. It's a shame. Okay, which means we're going to need another capsule. Just a temporary capsule, but one all the same is going to be required. The good news is at least the capsule does make it like land on Kamar, but... no, sorry, Boros. I think we had a ship land on Kamar badly as well, didn't we? Well... Kamar looked fine, but that rocket looked like it was launching. Oh, yeah, okay, that is fine, that's fine. So if we... okay. Did we lose more shit? We lost more shit. That's... okay. That's just gravy. Do we have roboports? I know we were making them, but do we have them? We currently do not, but we can make one. So we need to have a plan for what to do when this inevitably happens again, because let's be honest, it will happen again. Also, we haven't fixed our stone problems. We've really just created a lot of problems today with no real fixes. So, you know, welcome to my life, I suppose. Okay. The good news is everything else will have dropped off properly. We just need to do this. Guys, can you not do that? That's not your job. Oh, jeez. No, now they're just more confused than ever. Okay, just give me that stuff. I don't really care anymore. Great. And we put a roboport down. And the job of the roboport is to make sure that when this happens again, and it will happen again, it'll hopefully pick all the stuff up. Oh, it's just out of range too, that's really a pain. Need another roboport. It's going to go pick them up and then it just goes, I don't know. Cool. So hopefully, once we have another roboport, which I'm pretty sure we do not have with us. Hey, I'm really fighting everything today, aren't I? Well, Fraser's here with the war cows, or the battle cows, so that's good. And there's the cows. Excellent. Thank you very much. Great to see you here. So, yeah, it's great to have 2 rockets crash in the first couple of launches. Always good. You... I got nothing. I got no response. I've really got to look up my cow puns. Look at... I do thoroughly enjoy them. I don't want to keep reusing the same. It's amusing because, you know, you got to be more creative than that. But unfortunately, I'm not. Okay, so if we go up here, fix up that rocket. The Kamar rocket shouldn't be too big a deal. It's just kind of a pain more than anything else. The Boros one is actually a big deal. Okay, so they are dropping off their cargo. It'll take them a while to deal with it, but they'll get it done eventually. It looks like they are only grabbing the stuff on the outskirts. What is a cow's favorite place to eat? Go on. What is a cow's favorite place to eat? A milk bar? No, that doesn't make sense. The cafeteria. The cafeteria. Okay, yep. Cafeteria. Gosh, that was... I struggled. I got there, but... The cafeteria. Okay. Good. It's another good cow pun. Okay, let's just launch this on manual. We will put a capsule in here. And we will deal with it when it's time. We got there in the end. Yeah, look, I struggle, okay? I struggle. At least it's not a repeat of the red paint, blue paint incident. Yeah, so small blessings there. Okay, so we can turn our things back on. Now the plan here is we pull all this stuff out. Actually, can we just grab this vulcanite? Might be a bit faster. Just grab it manually. Okay. And then the last little bit, grab that vulcanite. And then we should, in theory, be able to... Oh, cannot insert vulcanite block. Too much bloody vulcanite. Yeah, I mean, that's fair enough. That line will not be requiring vulcanite for some time, although now I'd imagine. Okay. I like how in the middle of there's one guy carrying some wood, and I'm like, what? Where'd you even find that? Seriously. We don't need to even be flying. We can just land and I probably even pick up some of it myself. Make it go a little faster. I think of these ones are good because there's like multiple steps of things that it would want to pick up. Now, could have done this better still, but hey, we clearly didn't. Okay, and with that, we should be able to set this up properly. Give an extra line of assemblers. Heck yeah. Now, at the moment it is going to try and make copper. We will be changing that in just a moment. That will not stay that way. Okay, and one more just for luck. Not really for luck, to be honest, but oh gosh, that wasn't lucky. Okay, and we put the stone through there, put the stone through there, and then we figure out how to connect all the stone together. If I do that, that should be a decent enough start, I would hope. And when these things start going, we'll be in a slightly better place. Okay. So now all they're waiting for is copper, because they are still designed to be copper furnaces. We'll get there. It's the next step. It appears we have run out of power entirely though, so wap 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 wah. The disappointment is real. Apparently pulling down a full furnace and installing a new one, just too much for the little guy. Gotta tuck it out. He did. And that one doesn't need to exist like that. There should be 3 lines. 1, 2, 3. Oh no, some of these are not meant to be like that. Okay. So we probably would be best to pull this apart for now. I mean, it'd be better if my robots had power, but right now that's not a thing either. Alright, we'll sort this out, and then we'll figure out Boros, then we'll figure out space, and then we can probably start thinking about another place. Because then we need to start thinking about getting Holmanite in another planet. Or at least some other resource, whether it be Holmanite. It's going to be Holmanite, actually. I don't know why I'm saying it would be anything else. Holmanite is the resource we really need. Make sure we don't accidentally override the copper. That would be bad. Okay. So now this side is stone. You know, if we do that, that'll help us remember, because we can see stone on it. Genius. Okay, the robots are off again, doing their dark work. They will probably run out of batteries very quickly, but that's alright. Not my job to judge such things. My job is to just get them going. Hey BGOP, how are you doing? I hope your day is treating you well, or treats you well depending on whatever time of the day it is for you. Time zones are weird. Okay. We've had a few minor... Yep, a lot of people do usually wake up around this time. I'm the weird one, I acknowledge that. Okay. That gets those sorted out. We are about to run out of belts, but that's okay. We're going to get some more. And we've got a few trips that we need to make today before we can go anywhere. That's kind of annoying, actually. I didn't really want to have to go to Boros again today, but you gotta do what you gotta do. Sometimes you gotta go to a shitty snow planet to pick up the remains of a destroyed spacecraft. And that's life. You know, no one told you that's what life was going to be, but, you know, as the Friends song said, nobody told you life was going to be this way. And then they clapped. Clap, 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 clap 4 times. So, yeah. That's how it be. And I believe this is set as manual as well. Yes, it is. Good. Suppose. Boris is under attack. That's fine. They should be more or less okay. I hope. I've got nothing to do about it if they're not. Just be okay, Boros, just for a little bit longer, please. Salvation is coming. Exactly. Woot woot, salvation. All aboard the salvation train. So we need a little bit more productivity. And then we'll see. I don't like these, that they're the wrong level of efficiency modules. Yeah, it's probably fine. Okay. And with that, we should have the power to finish this. Except my drones are all sleepy. Got a bad case of sleepy drone. Oh, there they go. Never mind. Sleepy drone is now over. Okay, so let's just make sure that bricks are going in the right place. Looking pretty good. Yeah, that looks great. What is more important? Probably Boros is next important. Oh, left my drones behind. That's nothing new. We should get rid of this used up uranium. Otherwise it's going to clog up my inventory. It's always the option that I could really expand the centrifuges. I don't know if I need to right now, but I think the idea is centrifuge. Okay, what's the next step? The next step is how is Boros' ship going? And honestly, it's probably fine. Oh, is it fueled up? It's not fueled up, it's probably not fine. So then the next obvious launch would be to go into... That's my phone. Can you pass me my phone, actually? Thank you. Oh, okay. I thought you were doing that goat. I don't know if you know that goat. You're being Alexis? Okay, that's a different... Alexis is nothing like a goat. How dare you? Me and Panda recently finished watching Schitt's Creek. It's a good show. But we like doing the Alexis sort of grimace, I guess, the thing to each other. We do it a lot. Why? I really couldn't tell you. Okay, so it looks like we've got most of what we want in here. I think we're good. So this manual launch is just to make sure that water is a lot more efficient in the future. The thing that would make me the saddest right now is if we had another crash. A third crash would in one day would be absolutely mortifying. Hopefully we don't have it, but we'll see. I wish I didn't say it, because now that I've said it... Oh, okay, that problem is that I've not got my proper suit on. Okay, good. Now, the water will be consumed... Actually, we no longer need water barrels. Ah, jeez, Rick. Okay. We're no longer going to require water barrels, we know that, so we can stop that. Actually, you know what? The base does want coal sometimes. The base can have the coal. And the base does want vulcanite as well sometimes. So you know what? The base can have the vulcanite too. And the ice. Why not? And just a lot of other stuff that I seem to carry around with me for some reason. Just have all that stuff, guys. I don't really care. Okay, so the next step is trying to figure out how we are going to build, or how we're going to turn ice into some other stuff. So how do you turn ice into water? You make it warm. Good job. But how do you do that? We can't build a chemical plant. You would need to build a biochemical facility. And they require a bunch of stuff. Okay, cool. So let's get on that. We're probably going to need a few of these now that I think about it. But we'll see what happens and go from there. We might also not have any chemical plants, so we might have to build some of those. Chemical plants. Oh, cool, stuff. Stuff on the ground. Hell yeah. Didn't really want that, but there it is. There it is, sports fans. Stuff on the ground. We'll pull that apart later, I suppose. That sounds like another drone collapsing. They'll do that. Okay, so I know we're going to build more of these in the future, but for now we'll just take this one. And we kind of want to build this beneath water, so we're going to cut down some of the solar panels. That's alright, we can build more solar panels later. Solar panel building is easy. Let's not freak out, people. I admit I am freaking out a little bit myself. Okay, and we want to make water out of water ice. And we're going to request it. We're going to request 480 water ice. You know what? That's fine. That's just groovy. Now, I'm not really setting my waypoints and such right now because I, quite frankly, don't think it matters. Not my waypoints, I say that, but it's actually really being a pain to do this manually. Because I have to keep going there. I could set my toolbars correctly, but no, I don't want to. Okay, excellent. So that's going... Oh gosh, it might need to go faster than that. Okay, so that makes more water than I can possibly ever understand. Jeez, that makes a lot of water. Okay, so in the brief time that's been up, it's created 190 products without speed modifiers. I think water is no longer a problem, guys. I think we've got water sorted out now. These barrels will continue to come in, but very soon we'll run out of barrels, and then it won't matter. That's the hope. But now we should have absolutely enough water to do whatever we need to do. Now, we weren't making enough cosmic water. I agree with that logic, so let's just speed that up. Contaminated scrap. We don't really have a plan for that. What do you do with contaminated scrap? No, other way around, please. Contaminated scrap and cosmic water makes regular scrap, uranium ore, potentially. And, okay, so we're going to need another decontamination facility. I wonder if there's any of those around. Decontamination. Doesn't look like it. So we will create some. And I think we put it almost down here. Because the idea is we want that uranium to go into the space capsule. Oh, there's a space capsule already in there. Well, I'll take that then. My space capsule now. But another drone collapses. Always funny. Yeah, that's going alright. We're making a lot of thermofluids. I think, although we're making a lot, I feel like we're still probably not making enough. But that's okay. It shouldn't freeze up that way. You'll pardon the pun. And if you won't pardon the pun, I mean, that's totally fine. I respect that. That is your opinion. I shouldn't say them. Okay, and we want to create as many of these as we can. Because I think the data cards are slowing us down. Possibly even do that. Yeah, that's looking good. Speed that up as well. We need more data cards, please. We don't have time to futz around with lack of data cards. And this can be stack filter inserters. Let's just go. We need data cards. Lots of them. That machine is just working so fast now, it's ridiculous. Like, the animation is just being silly. So we don't make enough of these. I think it's fairly obvious to tell that, but we will improve that probably for the next science push that we have, which will not be happening until Holmnium is a thing. The good news is the data cards are being collected, and we should be making sciences again. We're lacking one side. What are we lacking? These thingy bobs. Why are we lacking these? They need astrometric data. Is astrometric data coming in? It is. It's just slow. Okay, that's fine. Astrometric data is a bit of a painful one to make anyway, so that's okay. Actually, while I'm here, I think this is wrong, because we're going to have a huge line of twos waiting to go somewhere if we let it continue that way. What we're probably better off doing is, rather than splitting it and going all the way up there, we'd be better off splitting it in a closer position. We have no inventory space. Okay, well that's a shame. Let's put the fish in there. Okay. Hopefully I brought some underground belts. I didn't. Well, it's called hopes. Because sometimes they crash down like the drones around you. Totally my fault, of course, but still a pain. And up here we want to be? Yes, we do. And 2s have to go into here, which is a little bit less wasteful. And I think I like that a little bit more. A little bit wasteful, a little bit less wasteful is always good in my book. Have a little bit of waste, you know, don't go crazy. Don't start thinking you're going to save the world by having no waste. You're not. Just a little bit less wasteful. You can do it. I believe in you. Anyway, that should be making it space science pretty effectively now. And with that, I think we can go back to the planet. A lot more drones are going backwards and forwards these days, which is a little bit concerning. But not much I can do about it. It's just happening. And we'll dismantle these as well when we leave, so that way things can be done. Okay. So let's put the space things in here because we're not needing them anymore for now. We will also give back some things that maybe space could use. Nope, the train tracks I want. They're not space train tracks. They're not for you. We good? Yeah, we'll put back a few other things as well. We don't need these broad astronomic catalogs. Those we definitely do not need. There's no use for those on the land. At least not that I'm aware of. There may actually be a use for them on the land. Oh, and... oh, bugger. Where are roboports? Hopefully that will be in the construction zone. Not quite. Okay, so we're going to need one more. And they'll fix that up. Don't you worry about it. Yep, they're taking the significance. All nice to have. At some point, 1s won't even be required. It'll just be all 2s. Ah, good, it's built it. Nice. So we should be getting one space or Astro 1s and Astro 2s not far behind them. Astro 2s, wonderful. That's what we wanted to see. I feel safer. I feel better already. Not safer. I don't feel less safe or more safe. Safety has nothing to do with it. That's what I'm saying. Okay, we don't need those anymore. We really don't need the biochems or the... I think at that time we're fine. We'll grab these back though. Those are useful on the planet. And let's take this capsule and go back home. Then we're going to go to Boros. Hope I haven't forgotten anything, but if I have, I guess I can come back. Not a big deal. Okay. How are these guys going? Slowly. Oh, jeez. Guys, don't do their work for them, please. Okay, so we're still going to need a few more roboports. We're still going to need a few things in general, actually. But we're very soon at the point that we can go fix Boros. But before we do that, we need to pick up some more inserter arms because we left a lot of them back on the station. Because I figured they'd be more useful up there. Whether I was right or wrong, I guess we'll find out in time, won't we? You know, it's just like, while you're there, I mean, what are you going to do with the inserter arms yourself? Might as well give back to the community. You know, they'll be very excited about having those inserter arms. Because they don't have them up where they're from. And I am a kind and generous person. That's always happy to give inserter arms away. One other thing, it's going to be a little bit of a weird one. I want to take a bunch of copper. I know Boros needs copper sometimes. Because Boros is a very copper-light world. Office is being attacked. Oh, that base is being attacked? I really don't care. It's got less and less copper in it all the time. Okay, so what was I about to do? Ah, yes. Set this to be launching when it's damn well ready. So launch trigger is green signal when fuel is full. Green signal is still a few minutes away, so that's not a problem. And it'll just keep loading up with good stuff. And we're going to do this. And this. And this. That way everything sort of comes in on its own due time. I feel like it actually just slowed everything down, honestly. Maybe it was fine. Yeah, that's a bit of an ironic one. You'd think it would speed things up, but because it separated the order, it's trying to pick up one thing at a time, and it's not helped. It's certainly tried, but it has not helped. Yeah, you can just put those in there. Put the concrete in there, you don't need it. Just donate concrete to the cause. Yeah, that'll fix itself up very soon. Okay, I do still want to get more copper. Good news, rocket reusability is actually being researched now. That is very good news, very happy about that. I remember why we originally came here now. We came here to pick up some roboports. Because we needed them. And I guess this also needed them because... one roboport. Ah, 10 roboports. I'll take them. So this will allow Kamar to unload from the ground, which is the weirdest way to unload. Not a huge fan of it, but it is what it is. This time. In these trying times with ships crashing from the skies. Low power. Didn't have low power. Oh, it's just charging. Okay. Oh. The other problem is there's actually nothing getting them out of there once they're in there. Okay, well that's another mistake. It's alright. Remember right, we had some beryl and some cyanide. Oh, we can just put it in there. And these are fueling up better than they used to. That's good. This is my boy. He's ready to go. Oh, I was about to say we should be getting a ship back from Kamar any moment now, and here it is. Good job. It's always good to see the neighbors from Kamar coming back, bringing beryl and vulcanite and core resources. It's appreciated. I'm proud of them. Unlike this ship, who I have to go and friggin' save. Yeah. But now that I'm like, do I have advanced circuits? Thankfully I do. It's going to bring in a little bit more uranium fuel because it doesn't know that it doesn't need to. Alright, so the first thing that we've made a mistake on is we don't have any electric circuits. I like how the first thing I made a mistake on is the way I started that sentence. Like, oh yeah, I was going to make a mistake somewhere. Like, we know that. Hold that off. Just for a moment, please. And we're needing steel. Thankfully, this planet has steel, so we can take that. It doesn't need a big storage chest, just a little one should do the job. Okay, and we will request cargo sections. We don't have any logistics bots. Okay, that's not going to work that way. We also don't have any stack filter inserters. Thankfully, we can make those. Okay. Cargo. Cargo room. Sorry I said that aloud. Actually, no. If that crashes, they should be treated like those. Yeah, it's probably fine. And then anything that's left over is put into that box. And then what I reckon is we do a thing where if we have cargo is greater than 20, which is basically a full shipment, then we can just put them back in there. So that basically, if I get stuck, I can go home again. And we'll put a capsule in there because we'll be able to fly back home with what we've got. Oh yeah, that's still emptying, that's cool. Greater than. So, you know, might as well pack them back up and then send them back to the planet. Because if they're back at the planet, then we can use them again, I guess. We could always do the same thing back on Kamar as well. And while we're here, let's go for a little bit of a hunting. It's always good to hunt some bugs. I've got no battery, so maybe this was a mistake. Whatever. Should be fine. Very dark, actually. This was probably a bigger mistake than I could have anticipated. Oh, I made a smiley face of fire, though, so that's cool. Yeah, I've got no lasers left in me. You know if you made a smiley face of fire, you've had a good day. That's my logic, anyway. Let's deal with a couple more of them. As much as I would love to get artillery in this space, I don't think there's any real reason to. The artillery doesn't really give me any more stability. I don't think so anyway. Now, copper is something that's very light in this base. There is not really another copper mine available to us, I don't think. I mean, there's, you know, 2,000 copper, which is not worth a damn thing. So what we'll do is we'll just put some copper in here, and that way it'll be able to make it some of its own stuff. I believe what the biggest problem is probably these repair packs. That's on Novice? That's on Novice. I find it concerning Novice is actually getting damages. Where is Novice getting damaged? Oh, okay, never mind. It's that base. Every time Novice base is under attack and it's like the little shitty copper base that I had for that brief moment, I'm like, oh. For a moment I thought I cared. And they're like, do you not care about this little base? We're doing our best, sir! And I'm like, I really don't care, actually. You're going to abandon us to our deaths? Yeah. Yes, that's pretty much the long and short of it. Absolutely. You know what, actually? I really want to focus on getting these out before anything else. So what we might do instead is this. And put priority that side. So that way it focuses on this and the core miners where the resources are infinite before anything else. Because use your unlimited resources before using your limited resources. I think that's the correct action that one should take. Yeah. How are we going with our steam tanks that we built just to prepare for the inevitable? Those are not steam tanks. Those are petroleum gas tanks. You can't put steam in a petroleum gas tank. It's just not legal. It's not right. Can't do it, is what I'm saying. I mean, you can, but you shouldn't. What I'm not seeing right now is any real improvement on the space science. What's going on there? Are we still making space science? Maybe just given up? Oh, it's still making it. It's just slow. It doesn't need to be done in any particular hurry, I suppose. Then again, I think this one's 32. If this 32 is taking this long, it's not great. I don't know quite what's taking it. I believe it is the slowness of these. But, quite frankly, it does not matter. It doesn't. You may think it does. Doesn't. Okay, so how are we doing for everything else? I think Boros is okay now. Boros is loaded up. Okay, good. We want to go launch on green signal when cargo is full. Launching cargo is full. Doesn't ever get a green signal. This rocket was not designed for green signals, I just remembered. Alright, and it's a safe landing. The drones are still doing their thing, which is always good to see. And what I would like to do is it should be unpacking, or taking these unpacked cargo containers. So if we could grab those bad boys and shove them back into here, I think that'd be nice. I think everyone would like to see that. I mean, I would like to see that, and honestly, that's my criteria of what everyone would like to see. It's the benefits of streaming. What I want to see, everyone must see, unless you stop watching, in which case, well, I mean, I guess you won't see it then. Boom. I like how I said boom, like I've got the upper hand here. Like I have truly won this day. Have I? The barrel coming through is always nice to see. I do need a lot of barrel. And that might actually be my next thing after I get Holmanite research. Okay. The time has come, the walrus said, to think of many things. Speak of many things. I messed it up. Point is, I gotta get some stuff together. Okay, 3, 2, 1, let's jam. So, the next plan is we're going to colonize another planet. Now, this planet is very important to my research. It is going to be Njord. It is a planet that is really bad for solar power. So Njord is not a solar power planet. Hopefully it has water. Now let's check. If it has water, then we will build it as nuclear. If it doesn't, we need to reconsider. Okay, so I see a blue thing on the mini-map. Hopefully that blue thing is water. You'd be like, duh, but it's not actually clear. It is water. Fantastic. So, oh, it's a moon. The moon of Kunkri. I don't really want to care about Kunkri right now. Is Njord not big? Oh, Njord is a moon of Boros. No, it's not. No, it's not. I don't know why I said that with such enthusiasm. No, it's not. Like, Boros is much closer to the sun. Kunkri is a coal world that is waterless. And has erudite. So, that might be relevant in the future. But not right now. So let's just delete the surface for now. And Njord is the one we probably care about right now because we need Holmanite. It has to be uranium that does it. So given the fact it looks like we're using more and more uranium, I think we need to think about getting more uranium made up. Or like doubling up the Covarex reactions. So, Covarex is required. These were fine. They were. But I don't think they're going to be fine forever. So what we're going to do is we're going to just make it better, I suppose. We need centrifuges. How many? Let's go with 6. It's a large number, I know. But I think 6 is a good number. So for 6 centrifuges, you should do the maths before I start doing that. You need 600 of these, so 3 stacks. Oof. A lot. Now the question is, can I steal from the rocket 3 stacks? No, I can't. Shouldn't be stealing from the rocket anyway, I know. Like, the rocket needs it, but I'm like, nah, I want it, bro. Okay, so that is that. So I need 6, so I need 300 steel plate. That was maths. I don't know if you saw me screw up my face there, but that's what it looks like when I do maths. Like, I'm not terrible at maths, but I was just like, I don't know. Okay, another 70, another 20. There we go. Centrifuges. They're going to be centrifuge, mate. 6 times 25, that's 150 small electric motors. Now that should be easy, because I'm pretty sure these aren't really used that often. So 3 stacks of these as well. Awesome. Then we should be almost done. 100 iron gear wheels, that's actually a bit of a pain. Wait, 100 each, so that's 600. Could be pushing it. If I just stand here, they'll come to me. Just like put your mouth at the end of the belt and say, ah! How do you make things? Do you not do that? That's strange. Okay. And I need 600 concrete. Oh, 5, 6. Okay. So, provided I've done all my maths correctly, I should be able to build 6 centrifuges now. Wow, they are built way faster than I expected. We are also going to require some stack inserters. Filters, in fact. Stack filters. Because we're going to change the freaking game here. So we're going to let this finish. That's fine. Don't worry about it. Just don't worry about it. Do I care about that one? Not really. Sure, I did just not complete a reaction, but it's fine. The plan is we're going to have a lot of these. 8 of them to be precise. Is that a lot? I don't know. Maybe. And we're going to do it like this, and like this. Now this one wants uranium-235. Thank you. Thank you, sir. It's very keen. Yes, I have it here, sir. And this one's uranium-233? 238, okay. Clearly I don't know my uraniums very well. Now I also want to do some arithmetic. And I'm going to make the computer do it for me because you've seen the face I make when I try to do maths. I don't think anyone needs to see that again. It is absolutely that meme, you're quite right. This is fine. Very soon my skin will be melting from my face. So one thing you can have a problem with uranium is that if you centrifuge enough of it and cover it enough, you actually run out of 238. I don't want to have that problem. So the plan is we're going to do some maths. And that is we are going to find my arithmetic combinator. Now the Covarex enrichment thing takes 40 uranium. So by that logic, if I have less than, oh actually, wait, maybe I should get just my numbers right before I start working this out in my head. 19, that's actually what I'm worried about, 19. So for every 1 green, I need 19 dark greens. So if I go uranium-235 multiplied by 19, output alpha limit. Okay, so that outputs 102. Okay, that's fine. That's what we want to see. Then we have a decider, which we haven't built that either. So, you know, it's always important to actually build the things you want to use. And the decider is going to come back. Now, the next plan is it connects these two together and connects this in there. What it says is, if L, hang on, let's just put that there real quick. Make sure I understand what I'm talking about. if L is less than dark green. So actually what it turns out is we don't actually want to make that. Output, I don't know, uranium. Can only activate this if uranium equals 1. So this actually won't even be activated because we don't have enough. That's alright. We just went through a lot of work for no reason then. But it's for later. You know, you're preparing for future. Because the last thing you've got to make sure you prepare for it now before it becomes a problem. I am really trying to justify what I've done and hope that people don't go, ha ha, he did a silly thing, what a fool. But I didn't know it wasn't a problem. Now I do. Congratulations me. I'm so proud of myself. Okay. Now that I've hyped up myself so much, let's put these in there. Hyped myself up that much is not the word I want to use, but I don't want to say this because I want to keep things at least not too gross. So if okay, Mighty Panda, we have been asked a question and he subverted the problem. I think I need you to put on the microphone for this one. You don't need to be in the camera. In fact, I actually need to be in the camera for this because Dagoo has been a right pain. What is Seifer's shirt today? So, I'll give you the microphone. Oh, I'm going to stand up. Oh, here you go.
Yeah. Hello, lovely people. It's a cat.
Excellent.
That is saying mew
Same.
because it's mew.
Exactly.
Hmm? So it's a robot cat speaking Greek. I'm just repeating it so that just in case you. Yep. That's what it is. He has a lot of cat shirts that goes with the brand. Is that good enough?
That's good enough. Your question. All right. There you go. You got your question answered. That question will be invalidated in future, you little shit. It's a robot cat that says mew. Okay, it didn't get quite picked up, unfortunately. It's a robot cat that's saying mew. It's a Greek letter. Look, she's not a professional streamer. She's doing her best. I am a professional streamer. This is my profession. Did I not tell you I quit my job? Yeah, I quit my job so I could stream Factorio. We are in real trouble, yeah. That's not a real thing. I didn't actually do that, guys. If I do that, I'd be shelling out way more for donations and such. Okay. So if out of theory, if I just take this, then I should turn that on. Yes, but if I put them all back in, just turn it off again. Yeah, exactly. Mew, 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 mew. That's a very aggressive cat you got there, Rignar. But that is indeed the joke. Oh, you're trying to find stuff. Okay. So you may see things behind me changing over the next month or so, because we're packing up. But more on that later. So, yay. But then you'll see things change behind me a lot more. No, it is the worst. No yays about it. It's the absolute freaking worst. That's alright. It's gotta be done. Does up need packing? No. Rick Astley's got it. He's never going to give me up. Okay. I don't know if that's the joke you were going with there, but I'm pretty sure it wasn't. But it's still true. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to ditch a couple of things. Rick Astley is never going to let me down and desert me. He's not even going to give me dessert, though. That's the other problem. Just, I mean, who wouldn't want to ride around Rick Astley's shoulders the whole time? That'd be the best. Can I ever down, though? Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely I can down. Okay, so what do we need? So for this dark work to commence, by not giving you dessert, he's letting you down. No, because he knows it's the right thing for me. He's like, I know you want dessert, kid, but you know, the doctor said less dessert's probably good for you. And I'm like, but Rick Astley, I want dessert. And he's like, no, I'm trying to keep you healthy. And so, you know, he's not letting me down. I'm just being sad on my own. He's doing the right thing for me. That's how Rick Astley is. Am I fat shaming myself? Panda wants to know. Yes, but Rick Astley's there for me. Have I been to space yet? You ask Abuelita. Multiple times. He's just deserting me. He's not deserting me. So have I been to space? Yes. Well, we've got the novice. Oh, let's just get this right. So we've got novice orbit. Novice orbit is about making space science. It's the only place I allow regular logistics drones. And it's making space science, and it gets regularly fueled by ships from the surface of Novus. We are making astroscience too. Is Rick Astley Jesus? I will answer that question in a second. We have also been to space to a planet called Kamar, which makes vulcanite, which is basically like a cool... I'm just trying to describe it. It makes resources more efficient. So normally you'd go 1 iron makes 1 iron. It makes like, oh, 6 iron ore now makes 8 iron plates. So it's a bit more efficient now. And then we have Boros, which is making cryonite, which is mostly a coolant. Not a coolant, sorry. A thing that cools things. A coolant is a different thing. But it is used for coolant, so I guess it all sort of works out in the end. But yeah, we've been to space a couple of times. Quite a few times. And it's neat. And we're actually about to plan to go to space again, which is fun. I'm a little afraid, I won't lie. I'm actually quite afraid, because space has been mean. So we're just right now trying to figure out what we're going to need to take to space. Now we've got our miners. Oh, you know what we need to take? This is a really big thing that you need to take to space, more than anything else in the world. Probably some places that you can land and launch from. Because otherwise you ain't ever coming back. So I'm going to need 2 landing pads and a launching pad. Do I have a spaceship? Not yet. I was considering it. So the tech that I've got is the Astro one, which does actually let me build spaceships should I go like one more tech across. So this is astronomic science. I am fine there. Then tech 2 of astronomic science. Mostly nothing's built here except for airframe scaffolding, which is good to make low density structures. Now, astronomic science 3, gosh, took me a while. That's when you can build your spaceship. And I don't need anything else for that. I'll explain that in a second. Why is there a pyramid on the planet? That's a good question. So, I can technically build it. I do have all the resources for it, but I don't think I'd actually achieve very much with it. Now, the pyramids. Oh, pyramids are sneaky. There's a couple of pyramids. There's one on this planet too, down here. And inside these pyramids is a bunch of really angry biters. They're real fucking mad. There's another pyramid here, and there's a couple of pyramids on other planets. Now, inside these is a lot of biters and spawners, and you gotta fight them, and it's a really enclosed space, and I don't like it. I don't like it at all. If you ever seen Bactissimo or whatever the hell, the one that lets you build a building and go into it, it's a bit like that, I suppose. But inside there, they're real mad, they're really angry, and they beat the shit out of you. If you kill them all, it has a code. Now, I don't know what that code's for yet. I haven't figured that out, but I think that's coming. But the other part that's very, very important about the code is there's also a module of level 9 in there. Now, this one I haven't beaten them up because I didn't have any ammo for the cool weapon, which is another reason why I'm wanting Holmanite. So that's, hopefully that answers all your questions, but if you've got any more, or anyone else has any questions, just sing out and I'll answer them the best I can. Because there's a lot going on here, and, feel free to ask. This is a free channel, everyone can ask their questions. I'm pretty chill like that. I promise I won't get mad. I don't know why I'd get mad about it. Implies I have some sort of weird anger issues, but I assure you my anger issues are not weird. My anger issues are fully justified. Okay, we're gonna need some radars. Okay, we also need... What we've got. Okay, what else do we need? So we need 2 of these landing pads. Do we need 2? Best to build 2, I think. So steel plate and steel chest. Okay, so that's going to require a chonkin' lot of steel. We do need a lot of steel for this. That's iron. Iron is typically not known as steel. It's typically another... It's close, actually. I was going to say it's another resource, but it's actually not really. So we need about 3,000 steel. Has to be done. What New Zealand snack is better than Tim Tams? Geez, I did say ask any questions, but gosh, I wasn't expecting to have to deal with hard ones. Look, I mean, I would say pineapple lumps, but they're not actually that great. And by the way, in saying that, I am going to be taken by the snack police, so am I stealing ions? Absolutely. I'm absolutely positive about it. Yeah, so saying that pineapple lumps are not that great will get me arrested by the New Zealand snack police. So this will be my last stream ever, because I will be arrested after today's stream. The anti-vaxxers think it's about vaccines. Nope, it's about making fun of New Zealand snacks. The problem is a lot of Australian snacks are actually... Oh, sorry, and a lot of Kiwi snacks are also Australian snacks. Like, everyone... Tim Tams are actually, I believe, Australian. I don't think they're a New Zealand thing originally. I could be wrong. I don't think I am. Which is strange, because usually I am quite wrong. Pineapple lumps, I do like them. I do like them, but they're not the best. If someone says, what is the best New Zealand snack? I can't say pineapple lumps, because it's kind of not true. Yes, I love them. They are fun to eat. They are good. But I don't know if I can call them the best New Zealand snack. Okay, so time to start building the rocket silo. The rocket silo is going to be a bit more of a pain, but that's okay. So we do still need 1,000 more concrete. And I've lost the concrete. I was just there. Don't know where it is now. It's there. Okay, found it. Are there kiwi fruit? A kiwi fruit or kiwi birds New Zealand snacks? Alright, well, first off, kiwi birds are endangered, and if you snack on them, the Department of Conservation will actually beat the shit out of you. Like, they probably won't actually beat the shit out of you, but they will be very upset with you. So, you don't hurt the kiwi birds. They did nothing to you. Kiwi fruit are technically, I think, Chinese. We just branded them kiwi fruit and it's stuck. Occasionally China tries to call them Chinese gooseberries, but that is often met with stiff opposition, if you know what I mean. But yeah, it's an interesting platform. You know, you got to fight for what you can in New Zealand, because otherwise Australia will just bloody steal it from you. You know, all these great Australian actors are actually New Zealanders, and some of them, we don't care about that. Actually, we just like, yeah, fine. Do we have Flaming Hot Cheetos there? I've seen them. I have seen them. I have had Flaming Hot Cheetos, but I bought them in America. I mean, generally anything from other countries you can find in New Zealand. You just need to know where to look. You need to know where the underground snack markets are. I am joking there. It's not underground. They are actually above ground. You can find them, but don't tell the police about them. Gardening, of course, is illegal. I'm sure you've all heard that one before. You're not allowed to have a garden in your backyard. Very common issue people have. The police will get you. If you don't believe me, look it up. Generally, people are pretty good at letting people know about that one, though. What else have I missed? I've missed out something really good. Steel. Oh, it's the storage tanks, which are over here. And then I need a lot of steel, which I really just don't have the inventory space for anymore, because someone keeps piling a bunch of shit in there. Who would do such a thing? Such a heinous crime. It's me. It's always me. Why can't you have a garden? It's just illegal. The police will get you. Look it up, man. Look it up. All seriousness, it's not actually a crime. It's just there was like a really old Reddit post where someone asked, "Is it illegal to have a garden in New Zealand?" And everyone just agreed and went, "Yeah, it is, totally." Red circuit production looks low. You know what? It does, doesn't it? Not looking great. There's one thing Kiwis like. It's only unifying when someone asks a question that is funny and silly. Like Kiwis, we will argue about everything else with each other, but when someone asks a question that we deem as silly, we're like, yes, we will agree with everything you've said. What is the problem? I think the problem with red circuits is actually green circuits. I think that's the real problem there. And while we're doing our best, I think we could probably do better. Like, we'd always expand this out and make more, and that's probably not a bad idea, honestly. Are there native New Zealand vegetables or plants you don't have elsewhere, or New Zealand spices? Gosh. I don't know if there's anything that's absolutely like native to New Zealand. Like a lot of the cuisine that we have in the terms of like cultural food tends to be like more island, like Pacific Island. So, you know, kumara, which is like a type of sweet potato, that's very, very common in New Zealand. Some people think it's like, oh, yeah, sweet potato, and they're like, oh, like yams. Nothing like yams, apparently. Couldn't tell you what the difference is, but nothing like that. What about growing weed in New Zealand? Yeah, that's illegal, but there are places that do it. The growing conditions for weed is very good in New Zealand, I've heard. Like, very good. Especially in some places. Like, further up north, it's a very, you know, it's a very well-known thing. But I imagine it's sort of like the same as everywhere else, where the police just go, yeah, I mean, people are doing it. What are we going to do to stop them, really? You know, it doesn't really harm anyone. We did have a vote, like an actual countrywide vote, whether it should be made legal, and it lost by the narrowest margins. like really narrow margins, like ridiculously low margins. And so it did not pass. So that's just what happened. So yeah, that was a fun one. Yeah, let's just get those done. Okay, so hopefully that'll improve our green circuit production. We could probably even take some of these to be a town in California called Weed. Hell yeah. That's what I'm talking about. I mean, I don't even smoke weed. I'm very straight-laced. I don't even drink alcohol, but, you know, who doesn't enjoy a good weed joke, you know? Like, I am incredibly straight-laced. Some would say boring. And those people would be right. Okay. Got a lot of solid rock fuel right now, apparently. It's okay. If you got a lot of something, just chuck it on a rocket. It'll figure itself out. Oh, hey, thanks for following the hobo's friend. You know, we always need friends of hobos. They have a rough life, and I'm glad that you're their friend. At least one. It's legal under state law. Oh, that is true, actually. I forgot that some places in America do have legal weed. Someone comes to New Zealand, what's the one thing they should eat? I mean, it's the problem, isn't it? What do you eat? I'm just trying to think what is the like quintessential New Zealand food. We've got a lot of good food. When I went to America, I was in America for 2 weeks, traveling around, and honestly, I'm just gonna say this, and if I offend someone, I am so sorry, but I think New Zealand food's just better. It's just better food. It just tastes good. We got good kai, as the people say here. It's just the Māori word for food. I don't know why I said that. I don't speak Māori, but there you go. Good kai. People love the seafood in New Zealand, so I think that's probably what your answer's got to be. I, however, don't eat seafood, so if my answer is here, this is all clogged up. That's not great. But New Zealand, as a Pacific nation, does have a lot of good seafood, so that's probably what I would recommend if you like seafood. If you don't like seafood, don't do that. Bad choice. If you do like seafood, that's an option. Where did we go to America? We went Midwest, so we went Michigan, Illinois, Indiana. Sorry, I don't even remember. There was another. I'm pretty sure there was another state. Let's see. So we were originally going there for Gen Con, which is a board gaming convention. So we went, yeah, Michigan, Indiana, Illinois, and of course we went to St. Louis, which is just touching Missouri. Farm tables a thing there. I mean, I guess we have a lot of market stalls, but I don't know how much of a big deal that is. I mean, I just go to a supermarket. Like, we don't live on a farm. we live in a city. And I think it's a misconception that a lot of people have in New Zealand that we all live on farms. It's just like any other country. Midwest is terribly boring food. Okay, did I just go to the wrong places then? Well, there you go then. I mean, I didn't go there specifically for the food, but okay. I don't really know where else I'd go in America, to be fair, though. Like, I'm not really a touristy type of person. If I go somewhere, I want to be going there for a reason. So, like, for instance, we did a road trip around America because, not around America, obviously, but a road trip in America because we were going to Gen Con. We thought, well, if we've gone all the way this far, let's drive around America as well. And it was fun. But ultimately, the experience was going to Gen Con. It was weird, though. Like, the thing I thought was really funny about America, and if any Americans here, you may be confused, but when we'd get something and it would come with chips, and we are like, yes, I love chips. And then you get a bag of chips. Now, a lot of people would be like, well, what's the problem with that? That's what you'd ordered. when I say chips, I refer to fries, hot chips, also known as. Um, but yeah, that's what I was expecting when I ordered when it came with chips, because like I had a hamburger, heck yeah, and it came with chips. Makes sense. Comes with chips, but it came with chips. Unfortunately, the New Zealand dialect, we don't have a way to differentiate two types of chips. There's chips, and then there's also chips. You can also go chips and hot chips. This is where Britain kind of has one over us, because they can say crisps. This is where I almost got into a fight with a British person once, because they were like, they're called crisps. I'm like, well, you're in New Zealand, they're called chips. Then I got told off by a manager because I raised my voice, because she was, excuse me for my rudeness here, but she was fucking wrong. She was. When in Rome, people. When in Rome, call them chips. I don't usually get in trouble with management, but I did that day because she was wrong. And unfortunately, I have the problem when someone's wrong, I need to tell them that they're wrong. Look, that's on me. That's my fault. My fault. They're just fucking wrong. We got a lot of cryonite. Like, cryonite, more like cry all night, right? We might actually need to stop the Boros. Yeah, you know what? We're turning this one off. Oh, and that space capsule was not required. Yeah, we don't need any cryonite for a long time. What I might do, though, is set up a programmable speaker. Pretty sure I had one, yes. Yeah, they are crisps in Britain. Not New Zealand, though. And I will fight a Brit. I think I won't. Sometimes you just gotta fight the British. Okay, so if it's less than 100,000, which is actually a heck of a lot. Global playback. Does global playback work on other planets? By the very, I understand what it means by global, probably means everywhere, but by the definition, it means globe. Which doesn't even make sense in this game because there are no globes, the planets are all flat. This is not flat earth conspiracy here, people. I'm sorry if you think I'm about to go crazy. It's show alert. Rhyonite. Maybe turn Boros back on. That's scary. Now the problem is... Oh, actually I can disconnect it if it gets annoying. Okay. Okay, I don't know why I'm playing around with that. I'm not a music man. I don't know what I'm doing. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, so if that ever goes below 100... Actually, let's just double check this real quick. Oh, that's bad. That's bad. That's bad. That's bad. That's bad. None of those sounds are good. That sounds like I'm doing something wrong. Yeah, that's a nice sound. I like that sound. So that shouldn't be required anytime soon. I really should actually... I was told the other day that I could make a mod that has my own sounds in there. And maybe that's something I should really think about doing. And actually... Turn off polyphony? Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Thank you very much, Abuelita. Appreciate that advice. Now, these drones are still trying to pick up the ship that crashed quite a while ago, and I imagine they'll still be doing it for a while. I could make it easier for them, but they've got to learn. That space capsule. Yeah, that space capsule is not required. There's such a Boros stream. Maybe circuit it to the rocket. Not immediately. That's going well, Solburn. Thank you for asking. I see what you're saying. That actually might be a really good idea later, but right now, I just want to get the Cryonite out of the system. When that thing goes off, I'm actually going to turn these things around. And then I've still got like another, 150,000 Cryonite to worry about, so I got plenty of time at that point. So it should be alright. Vulcanite is actually being used to be fuel, which is good. But yeah, we got too much Cryonite in there. It's slowing everything down. Like, I think this ship's actually ready to launch, but it's not allowed to until... No, wait. This ship is ready to launch, but it's not allowed to yet. Always on arrows. What are always on arrows? I don't know what that means, I'm sorry. Okay. So... a space capsule, that's probably nice. Now the plan here is this is going to be the launch to... What did I say? The very important Njord. And if Njord VPN wants to sponsor me, I will call it Njord VPN from now on, but never again. Okay. And... actually, I'm not accepting that sponsorship. Oh, I don't think I need that. I know what you mean, I have seen it, but I don't think that's really required. Okay, so what else do we need? Well, we need a space capsule in there. So boop. And I guess we need fuel in there, that's probably important. Gone too far. Story of my life. Okay, so that fuels that up. Now this needs 104,000 fuel. Getting back is going to be a bitch, I just realized. Getting back is going to be a bitch. Hey Chris Step, how you doing? Welcome. Welcome to the stream. So we are playing space exploration, if you're not aware, Chris Step. So we are looking at getting into space once more and getting a new planet. It's terrifying, but we should survive. Look, I am doing well. Look, anytime playing Factorio is a good time by my standards. So, other things we need, we probably need uranium. We've got nuclear reactors, we're just carrying those around in our pockets. It's a little bit scary doing that, but whatever. We're going to take a stack of these. There we go. A couple of stacks of turbines. That'll give us enough power in the new world. And should hopefully get us to the point that we don't really care about anything. Because that's the ultimate goal, to not care. And we're going to... other planets closer. Okay, so I'll show you what we've got on the star map. So right now we've got Novus, that's the planet we started with. We've got Kamar, that's the volcano planet. Watch out for Invisibiters. Abolita. You know what? I'm not even going to say that's not a thing. Like, I thought beta meteorites was a joke until I saw them. Okay, we've got Boros and we've got Kamar. So these two planets, I see why these are easier to get to. They're small planets. That's easy shit. Well, they're not small, they're closer. The next one, we are going all the way to Njord, which is a moon of Kunkri, which is going through an asteroid belt. That is a few more jumps. So that's a bit of a flight. I wonder if I need to worry about fuel there as well. Probably. That would make logical sense. Which means we're going to need to be firing fuel into the skies. Now, usually that's not a problem. Usually. Sometimes it is. So what we'll do for now, we will probably need to expand on this later, very soon. Not yet. It's always good to be prepared to have to expand on something. Oh, and that's Boris' request. We're gonna need, oh gosh, we're gonna need another one of these. Yeah, this mod is fantastic. I'm about, oh, how long am I in it now? I'd be about 93 hours into it. It adds a lot more stuff. It is kind of crazy, but so the tech tree normally ends around here. Nope. I don't know where it normally ends. It normally ends somewhere slightly different. More or less here. They've moved some things around. Yeah, it's about right. But this one, it goes a little bit further and goes into, once you get into rocket science, space science normally then is sort of the part where it just goes infinite. It adds a lot more stuff. So it moved it around so you only need red and green, blue, but then you've got different levels of science, so material, energy, astronomic, and biological. So far I'm only at level 2 of astronomic. It goes up to 3 levels because why the heck not? And we're going to need another delivery cannon. Okay, how do we make those? Delivery cannons, heat shielding, and steel chests. Okay, sweet. So yeah, it's a really good mod. It is absolutely fantastic, but it is a long run, and there's a lot of stuff going on in it, but it's definitely worth your time. I apologize if I'm explaining stuff you already know. Oh, sometimes meteors come down as well. That's also a fun thing that happens. So meteors come down and they just say hello. Usually they're fine. Oh, I forgot about deep space. Shit. And thank you for following, Christotep. I apologize for saying that wrong. I'm trying to say it like Imhotep. I don't know why I'm doing that. It's probably like a Christoph or Christopher type thing, but instead I'm just mongling your name, so I apologize for that. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to set up a launcher to take fuel into space. Now we're going to just for now, we're not going to launch it, we're just going to set it up. In fact, we are going to launch one. So it's going to require 653 megajoules of power to fire this, which is fine. That's fine. It's just a lot. So we're going to fire one lot of here just to make sure that it works. And once we confirm that it works, we are fine. So, okay, we'll turn it off. And it does in fact land on the planet. Good. That's what we needed. Now, obviously that's not how we're going to keep doing it, because that would be, as funny as it is to just fire things like that and just have them land on the terrain, that's not what we're going to do. What we are going to do, though, is we're going to build things that catch them on the way back. Because that seems like a lot more reasonable sense, doesn't it? So we're going to need more steel chests, of course. Delivery cannon chests. So these work, I'll show you how they work on a planet that I've got these working on. So on Boros is a planet, a small little outpost planet that doesn't make its own fuel. But yet it makes its own fuel. How could that be? Because whenever this chest is empty, Novice will fire rocket fuel at it and then it will make its own fuel for the returning rockets. This here sends a signal back to Novice, letting it know when it's empty. That's the whole plan of that, and it tends to work pretty well. So my plan is that we go to this new planet with this and enough to be able to fly back home. Oh, you know what we're going to take? This time we're going to do something really cool. We're going to take a fuel refinery with us, because last time we didn't, and we couldn't get home very easily. It was a disaster. We actually had to build a burner fuel source so we could actually get power running in the... Do we have solar panels? We do have solar panels. I'm a little bit stressed from the last time I stuffed it up. Almost swore it didn't. Very proud of myself. So, what else do we need? Well, we're gonna need 20 stacks of... 20 stacks of fuel. Sorry, of cargo. Because the first rocket comes down with a real explosive landing. Because since it's got nowhere to land, it just explodes all over the terrain. And that's fun. That's real cool. But it doesn't let me get home very easily. Understandably. So how many of those we got? We got 4 of them at the moment. We're going to need more than 4. We're going to put the 4 in here for... Actually, let's put the 4 in here for now. That way we don't get them mixed up with anything else. And because we know this Boros ship isn't taking off anytime soon, we can put the cargo rocket sections in here. We're not going to rig it all up to everything just yet. It's not about that just yet. There was probably a fast way to do what I'm doing here, but that's okay. Good news is the rocket is fueled and ready to go. We just got to get the cargo rocket section so we can come back again. But yeah, if you got any questions about what's going on, or you just want to see something, feel free to ask. I am by no means an expert of this game. I do have a lot of hours in it, but I've got my flaws, shall we say. Okay, so that rocket is now ready to go. We could hop in there now and go to Njord. Have you exterminated biters? No. No, the planet's too big. We do have defensive walls. What? Okay. That's not quite how I anticipated that going. Maybe 100,000 is too low. That was surprising. No, I haven't exterminated biters. So, thankfully, some of the planets don't have biters on them. So, for instance, Kamar, I guess it's too hot for biters. There's none here. Oh, gosh, asteroid hit me in the solar panels again. Yeah, so Kamar doesn't really... I really need to go rebuild some of these. It doesn't have biters, so it's fine. However, the planet of Boros does. In fact, it has biter meteorites, so if I ever don't shoot down a meteorite, it just gives me more biters. And they're just chilling. They're not really causing much damage. I could bring in some artillery shells, but... Oh, look. But quite frankly, there's no reason to. They're just going to keep expanding anyway. They're going to eat the pollution, and the ice doesn't even take the pollution up anyway, so it's fine. It was considered. And until this is actually emptying out, we're going to have a problem. Still just going to get all the cryonite out of the way first, is it?
For goodness!
Thank you for following, Evil Pla, or Evil PLA. I had sworn you were already following, but hey, that's fine anyway. Welcome, welcome. Anyone is welcome. I know you've been here before, so, but you know what? I appreciate the follow regardless. I'm just confused. It's my default state of being, honestly. Okay, so... we've got a lot of things that need to be unloaded. This is a little bit of a shambles with how much cryonite got in here. That's alright. It'll be sorted out. I'll probably need to do a better rigging of circuitry later. As Rignar said, I should really wire these ships up better so that way it's not a problem in the future. But we're not there yet. Okay, so what have we got? We have... Hang on, that's not right. Can we just drop those off? I thought we had enough to... I swore we had more packed cargoes. That's fine, we can actually pack them. What am I doing? Just going backwards and forwards. Nice. Got it sorted, guys. Okay. You may notice I fly around a lot just because I got a jetpack, and you know the basic rules of jetpacks is if you got one, use it. Like that's just jetpack 101, really. If you've ever been in jetpack 101, that's the first rule of it. Mod is getting crazier and crazier. This one or the one you're playing? Okay, so hopefully that will store some of those. Ah, yes. Indeed it is. It's a bit silly. It's far from the worst I've played, so I'm happy with that. You know, I'm actually a little bit concerned about Boros. Even though I don't really want a lot more cryonite, I am worried about how it is in the way of uranium fuel. It has 202. The supply challenge, what's that? I don't know that one. Okay, so we need 2 more stacks and then we'll have enough to be able to come back easily. Oh, is that the one where they like ask you to build something and you've got to build in a certain amount of time? I've seen it, I haven't played it. Okay, so now it's starting to drop off other things, which is good. We still have a heck ton of vulcanite, which can't really be dealt with, but that's okay. Fuel is well under control. Do we want to have another launching pad? Absolutely. Factoria speed runs. I look at them sometimes and go, you know what? I could be a guy that does speed runs. And then I remember who I am and I go, no, I'm not a guy that does speed runs. Who am I kidding? But I admire people who can do speed runs, so that's something, I suppose. Okay. So the plan is we're going to build 1 more cargo launching pad. And then we're going to probably need to build a signal transmitter, sorry. I don't know why I'm using big words. Look at me, I'm using big words. I know what I'm talking about. Jokes, I have no idea what I'm talking about. Welcome to the channel. Okay, so we need concrete. We need 1,000 concrete. We've done this enough times. We know this. I am running out of space, which is fine because I can put the explosives in here. You know what? A stack of these is probably good to have. You never know when you need cliff explosives. Rocket thing finished. Exciting. Rocketry is a bit slow still, unfortunately. Okay. What else do I need? I've got 10 radars, hopefully. Let's just look it up. Nope, I don't have 10 radars. I need more big electric motors. Am I getting attacked somewhere? Probably. I'm usually getting attacked somewhere. If I'm being attacked anywhere... The red X's are probably honestly this base. This base is being pretty much given up on. Oh, you know what? That's not great. There's a problem up there. Looks like someone didn't do signaling. I've got about 93 hours in this base. So that's going along. I've probably got like, if I had to estimate, probably... Oh, wait, hang on. Big attack. Jeez. Hey, Tower, how you doing? Yeah, I would have to estimate I've got about 100 hours. They say the mod's about 200 hours, so I would probably be inclined to agree with them on that. I think they probably know what they're talking about. But I imagine it also does depend on how quickly you resolve your problems in life. Okay. So yeah, where am I being attacked? I'm being attacked on this wall. See, it's not really a big deal. The defenses are usually pretty good. Just going with lasers and flamethrowers because I've got plenty of power. Not really a problem there. Lasers and flamethrowers seem to deal with most problems in life. Okay, so what was I doing? Eternal question, isn't it? So if I can get, say, some more big electric motors, 200 of them to be precise. I know they're around here somewhere. I'll find them, and I'll pick them up. If anyone ever tells you, SeiferKatt's not that bad of the game, explain why I did this. These things that put out 2, and then they have to go inwards 1. Like, surely, oh, it's because the concrete. Yeah, so I have my own brain farts in this game, so I'm sure everyone who plays this game has their moments where they just go, why did I do that? So, you know, no shortage of those here. But yeah, the important thing is I'm having a good time. I'm not crying myself to sleep every night. Just most nights. What else? I need radars. Yes, I do. I would like to expand on my artillery on this planet at some point. Haven't got there yet, but I've got a train that can deliver ammo when it's required. So that's nice. Cargo rocket, we still need 200 processing units. Oh, that's tricky. Art the Hillary? I am not aware of that art. I like that electric circuits and advanced circuits are separated by processing units. Like, that's just, I feel like that's just a thing the mod did with the code, with like the numbers. It didn't quite work it out properly. And I just kind of love that. I just adore it. Okay. Are we ready to go? We want to build a signal transmitter. We don't need it right now, but we do need to build it. Which is actually pretty easy. It's just more blue circuits and some batteries, and gonna go grab some big electric motors again. Batteries are around here. Last time I saw them. Yep, there they are. You may notice that my base gets a little spaghetti. That's because Spaghetti Paul was here, and that's just how Spaghetti Paul is. The trick is you got to blame all your base problems on a non-existent entity, and then you feel good about yourself. Spaghetti Paul says he is real, but I'd like to say he's not. If you're new here, it's just a bit. There's no one called Spaghetti Paul, and there never will be anyone called Spaghetti Paul. Okay, so Spaghetti Paul begs to differ, though. Signal transmitter. Yes, I need big electric motors. I knew that. Just staring at the screen like, Because really, I don't want to have to build these on the planet. Oakley dokily. Blame it on the biters? That's true. I can't blame spaghetti on the biters. You know you've made an interesting / bad factory when your factory looks like the one they have on the display page. You know, the one to go like, look how cool this game looks. Problem, what's up with my plastic? Nothing. It's being made. It's just slow. Do we have like some slow belts in there or something? Or did we just start consuming it? Or did we just hit a bad point? A few MIB. Well, watch your MIBs, because I mean, 1 and 2 obviously are great. 3 I watched. That's the highest praise I have for that movie. And what is it? Men in Black Worldwide? Surely it's not called that. I don't remember what that one's called. If it's called Worldwide, that's kind of stupid. So surely it can't be called that, but that's what I recall it being called. It might be as heckin' cool though. International. You know what? International is just as bad. We're a galactic organization. That's right. International. I mean, I guess you're supposed to, I guess you're international. There are other nations. There's kind of other planets too. Like your bloody World Series only includes America. Okay. I'll take my lasers out, put my personal robots in. I really could just do a thing where that doesn't cause a problem. But if I did that, would I ever have problems? Probably not. We're going to need a pump as well, actually. Because it's all very well and good having nuclear power without pumps. Have they still not gone to another planet? I assume you've seen the new Men in Black then? Because I haven't seen it. I was just like, after the third one, I was like, yeah, I don't need to do this anymore. I mean, it wasn't bad. It was fine, but I didn't need to do it anymore. And that's, yeah, sometimes that's just a delight that you're just done with a series. And with that, we have miners. We have 60 miners. That's probably enough for now. It's not bad, not great. That's about what I expected. Oh, we already had offshore pumps. Well, now we've got more, don't we? Okay. Does the planet have water? It does have water. I scouted that out ahead of time. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the thing I do every time, which is a new save, and we're going to call it Najord. This is if I make a mistake and I can't come back. Or if I very quickly realize I've made a very quick mistake and I need to come back very quickly. Okay, so if we can pick up 2 more of these. Okay, we've got 1 more of these. Now the problem with 1 more of those is it's not 2. Classic mistake. I don't want to get stuck on this planet. Not again. Okay, so with that we should have 20 packed. That looks like 20. We'll do another save. It's time to go to a new planet. Office is under attack. Yeah, it's fine. That place is always under attack. Honestly, I'm surprised that place even still stands. Still got 107,000 ore in it. Wow. Usually this happens when I need to go to another planet. I put it off for everything because I don't want to. I'm scared. Men in Black is not a galactic organization. That's a valid point. They are they even diplomacy organization, or are they just like, I don't know what they're doing there. Okay, we've got a landing pad for later, got a launching, we've got a space capsule. Probably didn't need that actually. We've got a way to come back. Hey Veldak, how you doing? Okay, new planet. I'm scared. It's created as a neutral safe zone. That is true. I assume I can breathe there. I didn't consider that. What's wrong with the neutral safe zone for aliens to come? Okay, cool. There's my ship. I love that this is how every landing starts, with just the ship just exploding into pieces. Anyway, welcome. Yep, good. Okay. Whatever we do not want to lose that thing. It's very critically important we do not lose the space capsule. Okay, so welcome to Njord. We're a little bit off topic, a little bit off center, but that's alright. You are. Welcome to Njord. It's a purple world. It has stuff. What I'm really here for is that Holmanite. That's alright. I mean, a little bit off topic, not talking about Factorio. That's alright. We can't talk about Factorio all... I can talk about Factorio all day, actually. So, what do we do first? First is probably power, right? That does make sense. Is there a temple? There is no temple on this one, no. I figure I'm going to go temple. Well, I don't want to go do temples right now because I don't have the Tesla gun. But, guess what I'm going to be having after this? I'm going to have the Tesla gun. Because I will have the science for it. So I want to copy this design more or less. Yep, that's fine. Copy that. Okay. But yeah, without my Tesla gun, I don't really do the damage I need to do to the bugs to be able to kill them. And they absolutely savage me. There's a rock. It's a hard place. Oh yeah, I never did prepare anti-weapons, anti-missile missiles? They're not missiles. You know, the things that come down, the big old meteor rocks. I got no defenses for that yet. They might do command defenses here. I don't know. Okay, and we're going to need to pump some water. Oh, we are almost out of pipes there. And now nothing's going to work. So we're going to do a solar panel. Now, it's really not going to produce a lot of power right now, but that'll be the next step. Because it's not producing power because right now we haven't even fueled it. Okay, loading game. We forgot to bring uranium. We forgot to bring fuel cells. Could we do it without this? No, let's not do that. Let's just live with it. Because, oh gosh, could we? No, you know what? I'm not stuffing around for ages and ages. Just to, one job. Yeah, look. Yeah. I should do a thing. You know what? From now on, I will start doing a thing where I make a mistake that I have to load. There'll be a prize or something for someone. I don't know what the prize is going to be. I'll sort that out. If I make a mistake so bad that I need to reload, I will have prizes starting from Monday, next session. So that way we can all look forward to that. It'll probably just be like a cheap Steam game. That much is something I can offer. I don't know what it is yet, but we'll have a look. It'll be seen as both a recommendation and a whatever. So, uranium fuel. Because I feel silly every time I do those restarts, because it's like, you know, where's the integrity? There is none. I didn't need to say that. We all know there's no integrity here. Let's get rid of some of these things. Well, not get rid of them, obviously. Just put them aside for now. Okay. Auntie Meteor's coming over. She always is. Okay. Let's try that again. For the first time. Because if the load happened, if you load, it doesn't count. My dad always tried to insist when I was younger that loading is what separates us from monsters. I'm not even joking there. Sat me down on his knee and said, "Son, you know what separates mankind from monsters?" I went, "I don't know, Dad. What separates them?" We can save and load games. Okay, so we're going to land in a slightly different place now. It's alright. He was mostly talking about, like, the old gold box D&D games, but I think it's still a valid point. Yeah. That's what separates man from monsters. The ability to load and save. Because, you know, you go into a bad place and the monster just kicks your hiney, just save. Or no, load. Don't save after it's kicked your hiney. You've made a mistake if that happens. Auntie and auntie? Nope, they're different words. But look, just get me to talk about my magic deck and you'll have a good time, okay? That's how you actually get me. I'll tell you a long time about my magic deck. It was a white weenie. It was very good. I just say this because I know the Aussies enjoy it a lot. Because apparently it sounds like I'm saying something else. I don't hear it, but they do, and that's what they enjoy. Okay. So, let's try this again, shall we? We are only going to build 4 of these at the moment. We don't need to go any more than that. We're going to build that pump. I seem to recall doing this before. Why is that? Weird. Ah. Well, that's going to change things for you, isn't it? We're going to put that out that way. I think we're going to be building the space port here-ish. Actually, no, that's probably the best place for the mall. The Darth Mall. Now, I know that's not quite perfect ratios, but also, I don't care. And that's always the number one thing. Okay, and so then it's sad because it's like, but there's no power. And I'm like, you are the power. Get your shit together. And it's like, but I'm scared. Anyway. Now it does have some power. It's 3.7 kilowatts. That is the most power this thing's going to produce, I think. But that's okay. It's not really what it's supposed to do. The real trick is heating this bad boy up. Okay, so the next step is, can we... This is going to be a planet very much like Boros, I see. So we're going to... set it up like this, I think. Yeah, it's probably fine for now. Alright, and that's not going to be called Boros Request. This is, of course, Njord Request. Now, right now, it's nothing actually that it can request because there's no receiver for it. That's okay. Not about that. Okay, how are we going here? Temperatures are rising. Good to see. But we are not producing near enough power yet. That's okay. It looks like... Ooh, it looks like the solar panel's going down. That's okay. It'll be like no power, no power, no power, 40 megawatts. Which is fine. Now... Oh, shoot. Call it Boros Request to see what happens. Yeah, I could do. Probably a bad idea. Could do it, though. Wouldn't be the stupidest idea I've ever had. And what do we actually need here? We don't need lasers, except for those invisible biters that people are trying to trick me about, which I'm pretty sure aren't real. I'm still scared. Actually, we will take some construction. We don't need construction bots. We just need meteor defenses and pews. Alright, so now what it is time to do is go back to Novice and turn this bad boy on. Now, unfortunately, it's only... Oh, make sure we target the destination properly first. Oh, excellent. Uber Eats is messaging me. I was actually thinking something was good happening there. Anyway. So now that's there, and this will start fueling us. Now, this is only manual right now. We will need to change that later, but that'll bring in the fuel. Now we need... Let's going to go back to... Oh. Research complete. Lovely. Okay. What do we want to research next? I don't know. I've not considered that. There's not really much to research, to be honest, right now. We could just start researching radio telescopes, and that'll bring us up to the next lane of tech. Airframe scaffolding is probably a good place to be. So, Novice going to Najord Landing. How much power? Needs 84,000 fuel to get going on that. Goodness gracious. And I have a funny feeling we're going to need light bulbs here as well. Because this planet is darker for much longer than other planets. So we had not considered that option. So can we steal Boros Mall? Like, how does the Boros Mall work? Oh, you know what? We've made the mistake again. We didn't bring furnaces. Oh, we did actually. Never mind. We brought furnaces. Yeah. I don't feel stupid today. For a change. Okay. Just really wanted to put it in there just to heat it up a little bit faster. We will need to pull some stuff out of this eventually as well. Didn't bring uranium. Well, yeah. Okay, you know what? I think the Kamar one was still the epitome. Oh, epitome, is that the right word? I don't know. It was the best one of these that I made. So we're going to make it again. Now the point of this is simple. This is a mall. This mall will be used to craft everything the factory kind of needs. It'll also have drastic problems that we hadn't considered, such as not enough belts. So what we're going to do is we're going to... Let's put these down actually real quick. I don't really want to carry these around. There we go. Oh wait, do we have power now? We got 17 megawatts of power. Hell yeah, we do. 17 megawatts of power doesn't seem quite right, but... Oh, it can make 46. Okay. Not using red belts. It's not designed to start with making red belts. It can make it later. But quite frankly, I don't know why I've designed it that way. So you know what? Let's change that. Yellow to red. And then, of course, these to those. We can always change that again back once we're done. Okay, so we need iron, we need copper. And then we need to put it on the correct lines. So copper thankfully comes from the below. So let's go and into my mine. And we'll do some furnaces. That's probably enough furnaces. I love the extra inserter there, it's just really cool. Space is trying to kill me again. It does that. Can't really stop it. I mean, I could ask it politely to stop, but unfortunately Space don't give a shit. Why is that not powered? Oh, because that's not powered. Fascinating. Okay, fuel is being made. That's exactly what we wanted to see. We might actually be in a good position very soon. It's nice to acknowledge that's a possibility. Just as a possibility, it's nice. Okay. A tree's in the way, but I don't care. Just a lot of things are in the way right now. That's probably all my fault. Okay. Come along, belt. You're needed for the mall. Bottom one. We're also going to upgrade the 1s to 2s. Because we can. Okay, now we need to worry about iron, and in fact what we can do is the exact same thing. Am I running on Linux? Goodness no. Why? Why would I do that to myself? I can't even say Linux. Like, I literally don't know how. Why would that look like a non-blocking save? What? Don't know what that means. Victoria runs great on Linux? Oh well. I apologize. I don't use Linux. I'm not a tech guy very much. I don't really understand how to use computers beyond just running a basic Windows operating system. So I don't do that. Generally, I just want to play a lot of games. I don't program, so using Linux doesn't make a lot of sense for me. I've actually got nothing against Linux. It's just fun to antagonize people for no real reason, because I'm a jerk that way, I suppose. But yeah, I don't know what I'm talking about. I strike you as a tech person? You'd think that, but no, I'm not. I do administration. Putting it simply. I work in an office when the office isn't closed. The belt that you avoided isn't being used for anything? That is true, it's not. Let's just remove it. I actually more avoided it just so that way, because in the future I would be wanting it for other things, like bringing in stuff. I don't know what that one's for. But yeah, no, I'm not a tech guy. Like, I know about computers. I'm that guy in an office, which every office has, where they try not to let people know they know about tech stuff, because otherwise they will be bombarded with tech questions. I know about questions. What a freaking nerd. Yeah, I know, right? But inevitably, everyone knows that I know enough about tech questions to answer all their questions, and then it's sort of like, Seif, what's wrong with my computer? Seif, what's going on? Seif, my computer's cursed. Seif, my computer has ghosts in it. And I'm just like, oh god, your computer doesn't have ghosts in it. That's just computers. That's just how computers are. I mean, most computers have ghosts in them, let's be honest. But generally, it's not too bad. Like, I joke about it. Ghost in the Shell. Look, if I understood what a shell record was, it'd be a better joke. Never let anyone know you know about printers. Bad news, I got put on like some group when they installed the new printers for that very purpose. It was more of a corporate printer thing, so... But no, that's already happened. Unfortunately, my boss likes to be like, oh, Steve knows about computers, maybe he can help. And I was just like sitting, tappity tappa tap, and just like... Yeah, every computer has ghosts in it. It's the only... how else would they work? As I said, I'm not a tech guy, so they must have ghosts in them. There's no other explanation. Alright, so... I can't think of any other explanation. Don't let the magic smoke out. That is a very valid point. You certainly shouldn't do that. That is... If I remember rightly, in Discworld, that was actually how the cameras worked. They had, not dwarves, they had gremlins in them, I think? Okay, and we want stone bricks in here. Which probably should have actually been done properly. Where's the combinator? Oh, it's probably gone off to do other combinator things. Can I have one combinator, please, guys? Oh, you know what? That actually does do the exact same thing I was just wanting it to do. Nice! Problem solved. Another problem solved with minimal effort. That's my favorite types of problem solves. Oh. Okay, and then after that we've got to start getting lights working, because this is untenable currently. Oh, look, the worst part is working with people who have a large amount of seniority over you, and they're like, here's my spreadsheet, and I just look at it, I'm like, I love spreadsheets. I'm a big fan of spreadsheets. But just like looking at someone else's spreadsheet and being like, oh, is this how we're doing it then? Okay. Okay, that's great. That's exactly how I would have done it, yeah. And you're just looking at the formulas that are just like, a lot of people do not understand how to use spreadsheets. They like, and again, this is not a high level job. This is not like full databases or anything like that. I don't understand how databases work. I think they're wizards. But, well, made for wizards. Well, that's not a lot of stone. But there is a thing with Excel, you know, it can do basic formulas. Everyone's aware of that. Well, everyone? Most people are aware of that. But then some people just use it as data entry, and they don't care about the validity of their data or like the stability of their data. They've got no data structure whatsoever, and I'm just like, well, there's your problem. Okay, we are going to make a factory that makes lights, but they're called something slightly different. They're not called lights. Are they called lamps? They're called lamps. One thing this game could probably do with is like, not fuzzy search, but like the thing where a light means lamp. Like, obviously I mean that. Like League of Legends had that when if you typed spooky ghosts, it gave you twin shadows. Which was actually pretty funny. Okay. I don't know if it still does that. I don't play League of Legends anymore. We could get that one out there before you lose all your nerd cred. That's alright, I've already lost my nerd cred, let's be honest. I lost it years ago. Okay, so that should make glass. Yes, it does. Sorry, Regnor, you You posted something there. What is that? How to fix my computer? Oh, let me Google that for you. Okay. Yeah, that's a good one. People do not find that as funny as I would, though. They're like, you don't need to be so passive aggressive about it. I'm like, well, you don't need to be so stupid about it. I'm joking. I don't treat people like that. I mean, not real people anyway. People that are friends, they get that sort of treatment, but they're friends, and that's a different thing. You know, everyone treats their friends worse than they treat other regular people. Because, you know, you can trust your friends, hopefully. Unless your friends are stupid. Okay, so. We also need to have copper wire, which is actually really easy to make. The amount of support tickets I get where I can copy and paste text. Oh, look, I mean, yeah. I reckon I save our department so much money just by doing that sort of thing. I mean, there was a time that I broke one of my team leaders' computers, so that, you know, kind of in a problem with that one. Because at some point, like, you're okay, and you fix a problem, and they're like, great, thanks, and everyone's happy. But then occasionally, like, the first line of defense is, okay, so fix this computer. Sure, no worries. And you look at it and go, nope, nope, this actually needs a professional. And they're like, but it's, you can fix it. I'm like, nope, not this one. I can't fix this problem. There's too much stupid in this problem. Or it's like it needs information I can't get. And they're like, bloody IT. The only other problem is if you work in an administration field, when you need IT, they're like, oh, it's because you didn't do this. It's like, I did do this. I know how to use a computer. And they're like, oh, well, you didn't do this. I'm like, I did. And you've basically got to go through all the steps the second time that you tried because they don't trust you. And I get it. I get it. But it's still annoying. I mean, how can you trust someone who just goes, I know about IT things? Yeah, sure you do, kid. No IT person worth their salt would trust anyone who says they know what they're doing. Fix my computer, hacker man. Hell yeah. Gosh, what was that movie? Kung Fury? Oh yeah, and I totally get that. I fully 100% respect where you get that like level of like, you know, my computer has a virus. No, it doesn't. But this never used to happen. It always happened. But it never used to happen. Okay. You know, that's fine. Just sure. And I absolutely understand that. Like, I work with a lot of good people, but good people aren't always the best at working with computers. All right. The good news is it does look like it's expanding pretty well. Exactly. Oh yeah, that's a fun one. I've been there. I mean, it's even better when you like go through it with the step-by-step instructions. Don't click on the shiny ads, they're way too good to be true. But Bonsai Buddy, I need him. I need Bonsai Buddy. He's a friend on my computer. Don't tell me I don't need Bonsai Buddy. I absolutely do. Anyway. Oh, everyone wants emails. I assume Bonsai Buddy isn't a thing anymore. I haven't seen it in years. Probably for the best. Space capsule. We have a space capsule. There it goes. My email is bouncing. Did you type the address in correctly? I did. Does it matter that I did an underscore and not a dot? Yep, that does matter. That's probably it. Oh. Computers are so hard. I don't know why they make them so hard to use. Anyway. I just realized something. Oh no, we're okay. Oh, we're out of steel. That's probably bad. I mean, sometimes that's what the IT person needs to do, to actually read it. Honestly, my favorite IT issue is when someone clicks like the send to everyone in the gosh darn company, and then everyone replies all to the email, the whole gosh darn company saying, oh, but, you know, that's not for me. You mean for this team? Oh, and it's just like, stop clicking reply all, everyone. And they're like, no, we must click reply all. How else would people know that I'm doing my job? Okay, great. Thank you for that. And then, of course, someone says, hey, stop clicking reply all in full caps. And then some bozo every freaking time says, okay. Ah, there's always that guy. And you're just like, part of me respects that guy. Part of me just loathes that guy. Partly because I always wanted to be me, but I'm like, no, I don't have the balls for that. Absolute agent of chaos, quite right. Yes.the. I don't know if I trust that website. I'm not going to click it. Could only send... Oh! Why would you set a time up to a few milliseconds? Oh no. That, yeah, I did something that is potentially illegal. How am I being punished for this? Geez, I don't know, maybe it was the potentially illegal part? Yeah, but I didn't think that'd punish me. That's how it goes, right? Alright, so this base is coming along in a good way. We have the basics coming in. Could probably actually use a little bit, yeah, I figured. Probably use a little bit more furnacing actually. How big is this iron? Oh, it's almost 1,000,000. Yeah, we could use some more furnaces. Oh, look, I mean, Reddit is an absolute joy to read. Just in any time. Like, I'm not an IT professional, and Reddit reminds me of why I don't want to be. And sometimes you're like, yeah, you'd be so good at... Then there's this bastard. Hey, Dagoo, how you doing, friend? Scared the shit out of me again. You got me. Ah, every now and then you get me with that. I gave you that power, and it's entirely my fault. Yeah, no, every story on Reddit on Tales from Tech Support just makes me go, yes, I remember why I never wanted to do tech support. Because it is a cursed profession. Oh, malicious compliance is a good one too. There's a lot of good stuff in Reddit. I mean, it's an interesting and I wouldn't say dangerous echo chamber, but it is certainly an echo chamber that is... Gosh, what is happening on Novice? Oh, it's that base. Look, honestly, I'm surprised that base has held off for as long as it has with less, like, not near enough support lately. But yeah, I mean, Reddit does have problems with echo chambers and, you know, there's a particular group. They've tried to kick those groups off a few times, admittedly, but just groups that are sort of dangerous to common well-being of people. But generally, I just use it for fun stuff. I want to hear funny stories. I want to see memes of cats. Like, what else do I really want in life? That's about it. So we should be able to start getting some mines in here. Oh no, the iron needs to go quite far in. Yeah, okay, that's going to take us a little while. And cute cat videos, absolutely. I've been enjoying chonkers lately, that's good times. I know they're fat cats and it's probably not good for them, but look at those heckin' chonkers. They're so fat. I'm not fat shaming cats. If they didn't want to be fat shamed, they wouldn't be so fat in the first place. They are not small cats. They're very fat cats. And that's why I love them, because they're heckin' chonkers. Okay, so normally I wouldn't want to be using these slower lines, but if I can at least get some of this holmanite to the ship, I'll be happy. We need more mines, we need more belts. And if we can start getting that in there, I'd be pretty happy. Oof. Actually, how's the fuel going? We still can't leave the planet anyway. We can't leave the planet until the fuel situation is resolved. So that's fun. This can take 84,000 units. If fat is tasty, then effing delicious. It's good. Fat shame is a cat because they don't care what you think about them. I mean, you can't shame a cat into anything. They just don't give a shit. That's why I like cats. Sometimes people are like, why do you like cats? They're arrogant, they're rude, and they don't care about you. I'm like, yeah, that's why I like them. You know, why should a cat try to impress me? I'm already impressed. It's a good cat. Okay, so I still need a lot of belts to get up there. Do I bother getting coal in here? Eventually, I suppose, but not yet. I mean, this is taking a while to fuel up the rocket, but that's okay. We got time. My goodness, we do have a lot. I mean, I would like to get that sped up, of course, but it's not happening yet. What we'll do, though, is we will get the slow belts. Of course, we will. So the plan here is we're going to just bring this all back to Novice, and we'll process it there, because we also need plastic and the other stuff. What's it called? Vulcanite. We need a lot of stuff to actually get the holmanite processed. So we'd rather do it on a planet which has all of that stuff and then can divvy it as required. And you know what? I dare say we're going to expand this further. Real quick, how much of a per minute? That's 504. We really can't make it that much bigger, actually. Oh, that might be a problem. We're running out of belts. Gonna have to use undergrounds just to make things work, just to make ends meet. All right. That's just going to have to do for now. It's not going to be the iron that we need, but it's the iron that we have. 5,000 more fuel required. That's pretty good. If I could just get some holmanite, I'd be happy. I mean, actually, what's to stop me doing this? Nothing. Ain't nothing can stop me from doing this. I mean, it's resource intensive, but I actually don't care. Because the point is, now we can get the Holmanite in there. Hell, we might be able to get extra Holmanite in there if we're really lucky. Do that. Boom, extra Holmanite. So, I mean, it's not much. Like, one belt of Holmanite is... out of curiosity. Quarter of a belt. That's not even a full belt. Yeah, it's about 364 a minute, which is slow. That's alright. We will speed that up over time. We might even need to go and find some more sources of Holmanite, but that's okay. We'll set the radar up there. Do we need the radar anywhere else? No, that's about it. And for now, we do have some concrete. Actually, we've got a lot of concrete. We just need some steel. Okay, well, that's easy then. Because there's no steel. What was I thinking? And of course, at some point we will need to defend all of this, but I could just get 100 steel plate, which upon saying that is actually a lot more than I can easily get. Okay, so for now we're just going to take these apart. Okay. That will fill the ship with Holmanite. Which is good. Because that will allow me to start doing my cool space science. I don't know how much Holmanite I'm going to need. You know what, let's figure that out now. Holmanite. So we need to crush it, we need to wash it, we need to powder it, we need to ingot it, we need to plate it. Okay, and at that point, you need it for conductivity data. We really don't need that much, I think. Although, what do we need for Tesla ammo? Because that's really the thing I mean, there's a lot of things I'm excited about with this, but Tesla ammo, we need one holmium plate to make one magazine. We're going to need to make a few of those. The important thing is, look at the holmium, it's coming in. Got 1,000 holmium right now. Heckin' yes! That's what I'm talking about. So that's just slowly doing its thing. And it will continue to do its thing. Not particularly... Sorry, my chair's kind of playing up. Can't wait to get a new chair. Well, I can wait. I have to wait. Okay, well the rocket is full. So what we're going to do now is we are going to... The chair is just slowly descending into the abyss. Goodbye, people. Goodbye, my people need me. Apparently they're down. Okay, let's turn that off. Okay. Okay, that's fine. So you might actually need more of these delivery containers to be sent. That's all right. Is it time to go, or do we get more? Do we waste time getting more holmium? I think it's not wasted time to get more of a resource you need. And that is making my burners, my drills. Which is really required. Oh, and look at that, iron's actually coming through here now. That's funny. Just when I gave up. They say about your dreams, kids, never give up. One day you too will see iron come through your base when you least expect it. I don't know why they said that, it's very confusing. But, gosh, what is up with this chair? Okay, but it's good. Let's look around this planet real quick. See if there's any more. Oh, some oil down there. That's could be good. Should it be required? Big chunk of water. I'm not really seeing a lot of other resources that I particularly need. Copper? Meh. I'm only here for the holmium. Anything else is just good for the mall. And honestly, I'm not even going to build trains in this place because I don't care enough. Suppose I could build trains. A tiny bit of uranium. Wait, am I just not seeing any holmium at all aside from just that one patch? I mean, it's a one patch of... Oh, never mind, never mind. 17 million, okay. I was about to say, oh, it's a one patch of 3 million, but turns out a one patch of 17 million, 18 million, sorry, jeez. That's pretty good. Not complaining about that anymore. I was complaining. But 18 million is probably enough to last me for a good long time. Although other space exploration players, you'll know, is 18 million enough holmanite? I know beryl is one of those things you can never have enough of. How's holmanite? Oh, we're doing what we can anyway. It's just slowly going on a grand retreat. Probably put the core miners over here somewhere. See, how much work would it be to build a core miner right now? We'd need concrete. And already, right from there, I don't care anymore. Everything else is doable here. I mean, I could build concrete here. I'm just too lazy to do it. Quarry? Yeah, I think we're good to go here. Few more lights. You know what? I'm just going to take these lights. I can find a use for them. Oh yeah, before I left I wanted to build a box so I could store some of this. Storehouse should be enough. That is a very valid question. Thank you, Ragnar. Thank you for reminding me of the most basic rule of Factorio. I shouldn't have even needed to ask. Very valid point. I'm going to press every key and hope that one of them gets me where I needed to be. The absolute hubris of this man asking, can you have enough of a resource? Like, what the heck? I mean, I remember that was when I was doing my C block run. I would constantly say, yeah, this is probably enough. And then I would basically need to double it again and go, yeah, this is probably enough. And then, a few hours later go, you know what? Double it was enough. 4 times what we've got now. And then like 20 hours later, still have a shortage of resources. So yeah, Factorio, you never have enough. I agree. Okay. For now, we're getting 15 items per second, more or less. Probably less. Well, definitely less, actually. Alright, so it's time to take this bad boy back with our 4,000 holmium. I really want to get 8,000, but I don't want to wait here for it. To avoid suffocation. Well, I'm not going to suffocate, so problem solved. Oh, look at me being bold, launch on cargo full. Yep, let's go. Back home. That's been a good little building. We've done well. How long until the sun tries to kill us? 13 hours, plenty of time. We do need to remember about it though, because the sun will try to get us. Okay, so that's good. Step 1, we need to put the capsule back in there, where it belongs. Step 1 actually is probably go and get more belts, because we have been struggling. Oh, it's back. It's good to be back home. I'll get that. Nice to leave, but it's nicer to come back. All my stuff's here. And of course, whenever I say all my stuff's here, it just makes me think of that bit in Thor Ragnarok. Behold my stuff. Anyways, you know what? I think we've had a good exertion? We had a good trip today, and I think that's probably the best place to end it. So thank you everyone for watching today. I really appreciate having you. Yeah. Sorry, I was just like, what the hell is that? I really appreciate everyone being here today. If this was your first time here, or if you're not currently following, please do consider giving a follow. I would really appreciate it, and it's the best way to find out when I'm doing unscheduled streams, like today's one was. Usually I stream 3 times a week, Mondays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. But today, as a Sunday, I was like, yeah, just sneaky stream. Why not? Get some Factorio in. So yeah, consider following if you're not already. You can also subscribe to me if you do so wish, using your Prime membership or actual money, whatever works for you. Do not feel like you have to, of course, but it's appreciated all the same. You can also watch old episodes on youtube.com/SeiferKatt. That is where I post all these old episodes. Sometimes they're a little bit late, but they get up there pretty soon. There is also a C Block run there if you're wanting to watch that. There is also a Discord channel if you want to check me out on Discord. Oh, check me out on Discord. Wow. Sorry, I said that aloud. There's also a Discord channel if you want to get in touch with me outside of my streaming hours. That is where you will find me. And the link for that is below as well, just like it is with the YouTube channel. And with that, I am done for today. So thank you very much for watching. I appreciate having you all here. And I'll see you tomorrow. Take care, everyone.